Hey guys, how the hell are you? Happy New Release Friday. We've got some stuff to talk about today. There was a bunch of new releases that came out last week that were rather enjoyable. There was a new Cobra and the Lotus album. There was the new Cult of Luna. Great to have those guys back after a long time. Blood Eagle, featuring members of Nemec, Raunchy, and Ill Disposed, as well as, I think, a few others. They finally signed a good record deal and released a digital EP, but we've got to talk about the best album of last week. And this is something that I kind of gave a lot of thought to, but it's kind of a clear winner in the case of what came out last week, and that is the new As I Lay Dying album, Shaped by Fire. Now, we're not going to get into the discussion about what Tim did and the things that transpired in between the last two As I Lay Dying records. At this point, it's very much public record, and I definitely have some really significant opinions on the matter. Some you may agree with, some you may not agree with. But really, we just want to keep this video limited to my thoughts on the record. And definitely what happened could be the subject of another video in the future. But for right now, let's just talk about the music. And anyone that is a fan of As I Lay Dying is going to honestly appreciate what the band put out. The band put out something that is very much true to form. It definitely sounds like the perfect follow-up to the last record, which in my opinion was my favorite record that they had done up to that point. This one might be competing for that spot because I can't stop listening to it. The riffage is still there. Phil Scrosso is honestly one of the best riff merchants in all of metal today. And in metalcore, he's really tough to beat. And he is just a super tight rhythm player. He's all over the place on this record. The breakdowns are in your face, but the actual kind of Swedish death metal inspired riffage that has kind of always permeated As I Lay Dying's music is still on full display here. Maybe a little more techy, maybe a little bit more kind of intricate, but it's still very much on full display. The other side of the guitar tandem, Nick Hipa, he keeps improving with every record that he does. This guy has turned himself into a volatile lead player. He's just so good. He shreds all over the place, and even though he's adding more tricks and more licks to his repertoire, it's still something where it always sounds fresh and it always fits the music. That's the most important thing. Even though the dude can shred, it always fits the music. It never ever does a disservice to the song, which is awesome. There's not a lot of guys that can do that 100% effectively every single time. Neil Schon comes to mind in a big hurry. Steve Lukather as well. Maybe Nick Hipa as well. He's getting up there too, but albeit a way more metal version. Let's see, Josh, his sing-along choruses are one of those things that I keep coming back to on the recent releases from this band, and this record's no exception. I mean, his stuff is just super duper catchy, and ever since he's been in the band, it's just elevated this band to like a totally different level, and it's because of those melodies that he gets to sing in the choruses and the bridge sections and whatever else. He's just got a super awesome voice that totally fits the band. His bass playing is obviously super tight as well. Speaking of tight, Jordan Mancino, I mean, this dude has been the backbone of this band for honestly as long as this band has been in existence. One of the tightest metal drummers in existence. Granted, it's not as techy as a lot of these maybe intricate tech death guys do, but he's fucking rock solid, super tight, knife edge precision with his playing. And whether it be the Slayer beats, the Skank beats, the blast beats, the breakdowns, something with a little bit more groove to it, he's there every single time, totally making the drums kind of a forefront thing in the music, not something that's hanging back and just driving a beat. It's in your face, never overpowering though. It's awesome. Tim, I mean, we got to talk about Tim's vocals. They've only improved. This guy's voice, like, it's like his vocal cords were doing reps the whole time his body was too, because they just sound much more meaner, much more aggressive, definitely fitting the music. It's just an exceptional thing to listen to. And I mean, there's this record, for anyone that's an As I Lay Dying fan, I understand your reasonings for not wanting to check it out, maybe, but if you ever had any sort of wonder about, okay, would it still be As I Lay Dying when it comes out, you can kind of quash those fears. This is definitely a full-on As I Lay Dying record. Out of the whole thing, I mean, on the whole record, there's like one riff in the song Redefined that is a little bit out of character for this band. I mean, and I say out of character as far as like, okay, that's not at all something that I expected a band like As I Lay Dying to put out. But everything else on this record is honestly extremely good. The mix production is really, really well done. It's super brutal, super heavy. Yeah, this is just a fantastic record. And there again, with regards to the elephant in the room, you know, I understand that there's a lot of stuff that needs to get talked about. Maybe that can be the subject of a future video. I would definitely recommend you go check out my buddy Hunter's channel, Aguefish. He just posted a new Ask You Fish today that addresses the elephant in the room, which is the subject of Tim's troubles and what he did and the shadow that it hangs over the music. But, you know, this could possibly be a video that we address in the future as well. I'm just focusing on the music for this video, and I think that the music makes this album a clear winner for Album of the Week. So, special mention this week, while there were some fantastic records that came out from a variety of different bands, I gotta give it up to the album Vesper from a group called Pangea. This record, I had no idea what to expect. I just added it to my new releases playlist that I make every week when I get my lists of all the new albums that come out. And I just thought, yeah, let me put this on and see what it's like. And wow, lots going on with that record. Fans of Allegiant will enjoy it. I think fans of bands like Car Bomb and Dillinger Escape Plan will enjoy it. There's some more proggy stuff on there, some more techie stuff on there. There's some death metal-ish stuff on there. There's some stuff on there that sounds very scene. But there's a lot going on with that record. It's very, very heavy. Definitely would recommend checking that album out. So that's it, guys. That's all I've got. Leave your comment in the comments section below. Like and subscribe. Find me all over social media.